Good to talk to you again. We're going to talk about lots of things. You've got a new thing happening
Yeah,
called WIZDOOM, and I
exactly.
must confess, I didn't get the name until I actually said it out loud. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
read it,
yeah, I know.
I thought, gee, that's an odd name, and then I said it. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it now. Right. But what I want to know first up is how we got from here to here. Tell us all about how this all came together.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I would say that wisdom is like the opposite of above the sky. Above the sky is super fast, and wisdom is mostly very slow. Um, and I would say that before we did the Above the Sky album, I've always been a big doom guy. So and also blues. I had a blues rock band before. So called Captain Crimson. So I was like, when we canceled that band, I always wanted to kind of get back to that style.
Yeah.
But then the Majestica Above the Sky campaign started, and it got going, and there was no time to really get something new with this blues and doom stuff going again. And then I started recording this EP at the same time as, if you know about the Majestica A Christmas Carol album.
Oh, great album. I just don't have it in front of me, that's all.
Oh yeah. So but that album got recorded in a big house that I rented, and I kind of like made up a studio in a house that didn't have a studio.
Right.
And the week before I set up that studio, I actually tried out to do this thing by recording drums for the Wisdom EP. So that was pretty much like a trial. Can I make this drum recording sound good before actually doing the Christmas Carol album? So I
Mm.
tried out recording the drums for this EP right before recording A Christmas Carol, which was 2 years ago now.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but then this Christmas Carol thing took all my time because we did a video calendar, we did all that stuff. So the Doom thing kind of got aside.
mm.
So I had to wait another year before I could
Mm.
continue recording the Doom thing.
A Christmas Carol was a huge project, and I can
Yeah,
imagine that taking a fuckload of time. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. We recorded video and I edited video for all these Christmas calendars and all that stuff for I don't know how many weeks, month, pretty much.
yeah,
I was doing it all day long for probably 4 months, and then we took a little bit of break, and then we did the Metal United song, started writing on that, and started
yeah,
recording
yeah,
Metal
yeah,
United single and the extended version of Christmas Carol for the vinyl. So it kind of continued the year after, and we record, everything by ourselves. Pretty
yeah.
much edited all the videos by ourselves. We did most of the stuff by ourselves. Um, so it took a lot of time. So this Wisdom project got a little bit put aside, but I always wanted to get that going. So then when the whole campaign for Christmas Carol got over, I had time to make my thing again, which is the Doom thing. Um, and yeah, then I finished up the recording and started looking around for labels, and then I figured out I would do it myself. So here I am with it.
Who else is in the band? Who plays what? You're doing all the singing, I believe. Is that true?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I do the singing, I do the bass, I do the rhythm guitar on this EP. I do the first guitar solo on the first song as well. Then Tommy from Majestic and Sabaton is doing a guitar solo on the song Engrave. And then the guy from my old band, Captain Crimson, is doing the guitar solos on A Half Living Realm and Way of the Lost. I have a keyboard player, an organ player who played all the organs. But because that's the thing, I made an EP pretty much because I didn't have a band. So I was like, I'm gonna do this EP. I'm gonna find my band. During the time I released this, I knew it was gonna go this way. So when I had the songs ready and I mixed it myself, I started like looking for band members for my band. Like, okay, so this guy who played these guitar solos, he doesn't have a band right now. So I will ask him because he's very good. Okay, I will ask him to join the band. And now it is a complete band.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
the drummer
Have
who is on the EP he's playing in the band as well. Yeah.
Have you played live?
No, we are just rehearsing so far.
Yeah, okay. What's taking up time in your life at the moment? There's this. What else have you got on the burner at the moment?
Oh yeah, so I just finished a 6-week tour with Therion. You know Therion. I play bass with them live. So I did just their tour in South America, and the longest international metal tour ever in Mexico, actually.
Excellent.
Right before doing this release. So the WIZDOOM has been taking most time the last month. But I also did a show in Switzerland with Majestica on a festival the other week. So it's right now everything takes a lot of time.
What was South America like? I've heard reports from different band members interviewing as I do, and they've all been pretty high in praise of the people down there. How did you find it?
So South America, that was great. It was a new experience for me because I'd never been there, and the fans are crazy in South America. So for me it was like looking at a movie about metal. Like, how was metal in the 80s before everything was like computerized, and everyone is just hanging out on Facebook and showing Facebook stuff. These people were just crazy at the show, at everything. They were still recording with their phone, sadly, but everything else was like looking at this movie Rockstar or something. Everyone comes out there and like all the time. I think in like Sweden or in Europe in general, people these days are more, they have more of a distance to the music or to the artists. They are not going this crazy as you can see in like old movies and stuff. But in South America, they were totally crazy all the time. So I loved it, actually. It was awesome.
So yes, the 80s was fun.
I need to go to Australia. I've never played there, and maybe you are the same as South America. I don't know. You're crazy.
We're here. We're here. Anytime you like, come on down. Would you say you've gotten more time to work on this over the months because Tommy is off with Sabaton? Would you reckon you'd have be able to do this much if that wasn't the case?
No, maybe not, because then probably Majestica would be taking more time for sure. But the thing is that before I also had a regular day job and stuff like that. These days I can do the music pretty much, and I'm also doing some audio tech work for national tours in Sweden. So I do a couple of those in the spring and in the fall to just make some more money pretty much to it, so I can just focus on my music. So I think even if Tommy was not in Sabaton, I would still be able to do a lot of this work now when I don't have a regular day job.
What's happening with Majestica then? So when's the follow-up to A Christmas Carol, and is it going to take a whole year to record, or are you going to be a bit quicker this time?
Yeah. Well, A Christmas Carol was the fastest recording I've ever done in my life. It was all the other work, visuals, that took time. The actual album was just the most insane thing in history. We told Nuclear Blast, like, hey, we have this Christmas album idea in the middle of the pandemic. And they said, okay, but if you want it out, you need to be, it has to be recorded by the end of August. And this was in mid-July. And we didn't have a full album. So I said, okay, that's pretty tough, but it's doable. We can do this in 2 weeks. So I called Tommy, like, write the songs. I'm building a studio. I'm renting this huge house and I'm putting beds in there so we can work 24/7 for 2 weeks. And he was like, sounds good. I will start writing. So we did the album in 2 weeks with no sleep at all, pretty much, and just sent it off to mixing. So it was 1 week later than what Nuclear Blast wanted.
Wow.
That was insane. We never stopped working. I remember the last night we were like putting all this, mixing touches for the mixing guy, and edited so there was proper fades and all this stuff. At 11 o'clock in the morning, he was supposed to start mix the album, and we were done at 9 o'clock in the morning without a sleep that night. So, and I had pretty slow internet, so I was like, okay, we maybe need to drive over to him because it's just an hour drive with this hard drive with these files now. So that was
Oh boy. How? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, but so there is more Majestica coming. We are working on it. It's going to be more of a follow-up, I think, to Above the Sky this time, a proper power metal album. But I'm not going to say when because I don't know. But it's not in that far future, but it's not in the near future either.
Well, when you let me know about it, I'll expect an album 2 weeks later. Did you do any more than 5 songs for WIZDOOM?
Yes, I did. But I didn't record them.
All right. Not recorded. Okay. You got a live set? Were you going to slide in some covers to fill the set?
I do 2 covers right now.
Right.
When we are rehearsing. So we have a cover of Dio, Lord of the Last Day. You know that song?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty slow song. So we do Lord of the Last Day by Dio. And then we do a cover of my old band, Captain Crimson, from a song called The Bells from the Underground.
Right. Very good.
And then, I'm writing new songs as well. And I had more songs ready. So we're probably going to start rehearsing new songs like in a few weeks with WIZDOOM. I just wanted to make it an EP mostly because I didn't have any band members, and I just wanted to start a band and like, hey, this is the band, this is the sound, check it out. And then I want to release the album, the debut album, as soon as possible. So I'm already writing songs and I hope to start record pretty soon as well.
How can people hear this? Is it on the usual streaming platforms, or is Bandcamp still the best place?
Well, it's on Bandcamp. It's on all the streaming platforms as well. It's a lot on YouTube because there's 2 music videos and 1 lyric video out of these 5 songs. And all streaming platforms. And there is also a CD version of the EP that you can order at my own store that I run for different bands called the Bangover.rocks.
The what, sorry?
The Bangover.rocks, like you're headbanging too much, and instead of a hangover, you get a bangover.
Excellent. I love it. I love it. Tell us about the name of the band. Where did that come from?
So first, the band name was the last song, Troll Doom. And Troll Doom is a made-up word of the Swedish word trolldom, which means magic or sorcery, pretty much.
Right.
So I was like, okay, and I sent this to some guys outside of Sweden, and they were like, I don't understand the name. What does it mean? Or I tried to explain this, and no one understands. So I was like, okay, no, let's fuck that name, and I'm gonna, make a new name. And then I saw this wisdom word, wisdom, like you're a wise man. I was like, okay, wisdom. But if I add an O to that, then it's WIZDOOM. And then WIZDOOM. And then I realized wiz in like wizard. So I could put a Z in there. So you have Wizard Doom. That would be cool, but it's still the word WIZDOOM, but it's actually like a made-up thing of Wizard Doom. And if you translate wizard to Swedish, it's troll, Carl. So it's the wizard is actually troll in the direct translate version to English. So it all made sense to like, okay, so it's Wizard Doom, but it's a made up translation from one word to another word. Yeah. So I call it. You can say whatever you want. It could be WIZDOOM, like it's a Vice band, or it could be WIZARDOOM, if you want as well. If you think it looks cooler.
Awesome. The songs on there that you've chosen to record, let's talk about how they come about, the inspiration for those. Any stories you can tell us about that?
Of course, there's because this is inspired by a lot of stuff in my area in Sweden, like because I live out in the woods, pretty far off, and there is all these, old stories about creatures that existed around here. You can find out about these creatures in like Norse history or Norse mythology, but it's not it's not like Viking stuff. This is more, there was this something living in the lake, or there was something living out in the woods that did this and all this stuff. So it's very inspired about all these old creatures around the area where I live, and kind of inspired about the woods pretty much. But they all have a meaning in life. So I tried to write the songs in a way that you can apply the lyrics to something in your life. But I'm actually singing it in a more way about some of these creatures. So if you read about like a creature, like for the Way of the Lost song, it's about a creature called Skogsrå. It's like a female in the woods that make you lost in the woods. And then you get killed pretty much. You will never find your way out of the woods because she's, hypnotizing you. So the song is singing about how you get lost in the woods and you never find your way back. But it could also be applied to life, that it's hard to, you get lost in what you're doing and you don't know how to maybe get on the right track again or something like that. I try to write all the songs in a way that you can apply the lyrics to something in real life, but it's actually about something else if you just read the lyrics quick.
Doomed Fleet. Let's talk about Doomed Fleet. What's that about?
The
Same
Doomed
sort of
Fleet is not, yeah, that's the one that doesn't really have a connection to it. It's more of the Doomed Fleet is the song that I'm singing about a fleet. I'm singing about a boat. If you look at the video, there is a few clips of boats, but it's also a few clips of a guy walking around. And the Doomed Fleet is supposed to be yourself. You're like trying to achieve something that's very hard to achieve. I would say might be music in my case here. And you're just trying harder and harder and harder, and you never make it, and it's just not working out, in the way you think in your mind and stuff. And at the end of the day, which is like the last line of the song, you realize the problem might be yourself, that you are doing the wrong thing, or you are not like looking around and listening to people, and you don't really see what you are doing wrong because you're so much in your own head thinking that you're doing the right thing, that you don't see the problem. So it's pretty much, the lyrics are more like, okay, it's the boat going that way and it's going on an endless sea, and then it meets the doomed fleet, which is like, you will die here, and the fleet just goes on and on and on, and you meet the doomed fleet, but the doomed fleet is your head. That's how I would say. The troll doom song is cool because that song is about more than one creature. That's more of the creature thing. So every line has a different creature focus on it, and then in the bridge, it's like, so let's say the verse is split in two creatures, and then the bridge is back to those two creatures, but it's changing creature in every line, and then it changes creatures in the next verse, which is pretty cool. And the song itself is going from like a very weird 6/8 shuffle feeling, like, almost like Black Sabbath stuff, and then it transforms into some very slow, almost stoner rock riff, going to a riff that is straight on, more of a Candlemass style. So that song is really like a journey between styles and everything. And I said at the end of that song, when I was like playing the guitar, I was like, okay, there's not going to be any guitar solo on this song. It's going to be a bass solo. So it's a bass solo on that track instead of a guitar solo.
Well, Chris, thanks so much for having a chat to us about WIZDOOM.
Thank you for...
Excellent stuff. I love it. Bring out some more. Bring out some more of this stuff as well. And take care of yourself. Don't go walking in the woods at night. That's all I can say.
Oh, yeah. I need to do that every night, to get more inspired. And then maybe I get lost and there won't be any more stuff of anything. Or, it's important to be heavy metal about it,
Excellent. One more thing. Give us the horns. Yes. Horns. Excellent. Hey, good to chat to you, man. Thanks for getting in touch. Good luck with this.
Thank you very
much. Good luck with
all
the rest of it. And take care of yourself. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah. Thank you very much for doing this, and cheers.